everyone. This is Michelle from Truth Be Told. I am so excited to be back to our program, and I am excited about our topic today. So, it's been a couple weeks, and I hope everyone has been well and has taken time out for themselves as I did, and just had time to reflect on your life and the things that are happening around us, what to accept, what to reject, and what to just embrace as we go from day to day. So, today I am excited about our program. We're going to be talking about Let's Talk Our Truth. All right, so I think it's a very touchy subject, but it's something that's well needed. And what I did, I looked at the definition of truth. So, truth is the quality or state of being true. That's one. And then the definition of true is true in accordance with fact of reality. Now, as you can see, it's just me today, and I am going to speak my truth, and I hope that you will too. I look forward to your comments and questions. Please participate. Also, just so you know, I do have an Instagram page. It's called Michelle Lorraine, or ML Exclusive, so you can follow me there. And again, share this video with others. Okay? So, we can speak our truth, or we can keep our truth hidden. Now, how many of you would say that you speak your truth all the time? Or do you find that you speak it periodically, or do you just pretty it up at times? So, why is that? Why is it so hard for us to speak our truth? Well, let's be honest. Sometimes the truth is just hard to share. Sometimes it depends on who we're speaking it to, or the topic in which we're talking about, or we would rather just keep it quiet to ourselves. And then there's the other situation where we actually just let it all out. Now, our feelings and our emotions contribute to our speaking the truth. So, if you are fearful, or if you have certain things that you go through and it's hard to deal with it, you may be afraid to share your truth. The reaction of the person that you're sharing it with might be a contributor to whether you will send the truth out of your heart. But most importantly, it causes us to distort how we really feel. Now, whether you are in a community, let's say a church or a group, an organization, at work, it doesn't matter where you are. Some of the challenges that we do face is dealing with people's responses. Now, I was speaking with someone just recently, and we were talking about the fact that when we try to share with each other about what we're feeling or what we're going through, it is the reaction of the person that we are sharing it with. So, in many cases, we have to be mindful about how we respond to people in them speaking their truth. Now, I understand sometimes the truth, it hurts, and it can be embarrassing, it can be trying, it can be so many things, but the important thing is that we need to let it out, because the person that we are involved with, whether it's a relationship, friendship, even as work colleagues, it doesn't matter what it is. When we hold back our true feelings, it impacts the relationship or the outcome of things that we are working on together. So here's a truth be told from me to you. I've known a young lady. Well, we're about the same age, so yes, we're still young. And I've known her for a long time. And to be honest, there was something about our personality that never clicked. Like, we knew each other, we've interacted with each other for a long time, but there was something that just did not click with our friendship. So we didn't really talk on the phone or hang out. And I put a post earlier today regarding identify 4 ways to identify true friends. So I hope you watched that video. But what happened was, I recognized that I wasn't being truthful to her about how I felt. So we could never mesh our relationship other than hi, bye type of relationship. So one day I said to her, I need to talk to you. Let's go for coffee. And she knows who she is. Let's go for coffee, or let's go for tea. Let's just sit down. I do want to share something with you. And eventually we finally got together, and I said to her, you know what? I have a confession to make to you. And I said, and I am apologizing ahead of time. I said, the truth is, I never gave our friendship or our relationship a chance. I never took the time out to get to know you. And my fear was that she was going to respond in a very negative way, or, tell me off. And I don't like confrontation, and I don't like when people are arguing with me or make me feel bad, especially when I'm trying to fix the situation. And she shared with me, she goes, oh my gosh, she goes, I always wondered about our relationship. You always acted a little off with me, and I just didn't know why. And here I finally had the conversation, and I mean, this is years of not having a relationship with her to the level that we have now. And I mean, we talk, we have virtual coffee and breakfast together, we have conversations now, and it's made a difference. It has really made a difference. I just shared with her, there was something about our relationship that just didn't fit with me. But now talking to her, I've released that, let's say, wall that was up that never needed to be up. So in many cases, we hold truths back from others, and it hinders our relationship of going forward. Now, I have here that if you have the intention to do something, or you feel a certain way, then it is important to share that feeling with others, because your feeling matters. It is so important for us to understand that our feelings matter. Now, look at circumstances now when you're in a group or an organization, and you don't tell your boss how you feel about your position, or you don't tell your colleague or your manager how you feel about your position. Then all of a sudden you just walk out, or you just change your position. How fair is that to your employer? How fair is that to your colleague, that you just leave them high and dry and you've never communicated your full truth? It's so important. It is so important. Now, I'm not saying I've done that. I'm sure a lot of you haven't. You can say you did, or it's up to you. But it is something that is very challenging, and it's hard. Now, when you think about it, it becomes very dangerous to you as an individual. Now, the reason why I say that is because when you hold in all your emotions, it takes a toll on your physical body. And that's when you get high blood pressure, or stress, or the tension in your neck or in your back, when you have constant headaches and things like that. These are signs of holding in your truth. Now, not only does it impact your physical, but it impacts your mental health. You end up being less confident. You're not bold. You end up questioning everything and doubting everything and being afraid of everything. This now turns into a spiritual thing, whereas you're not having trust and faith in God. Now you've lost your faith in God, because you can't even be completely open and honest about who you are and what you feel about things that are around you. So challenges are that I feel when it comes to speaking your truth is exposure of oneself. We are afraid to expose our true feelings. We're afraid to expose to the world what we think and what we feel about what's going on in our personal life, or even just in the things around us. I know some people say, like, for example, I have a backdrop here. I have, some people put on a lot of makeup, or we're afraid now, even with social media, just to come out and be our natural self. Head tie on, or no makeup on, or whatever the case may be. We have to prop everything up because we are not being our true authentic selves. Now, it's so important for us to not allow social media or even social gathering or influence of groups and cliques to dictate who we are and what we want to be. Even the way we dress, how we look, we should be true to ourselves in all aspects. Now, so that's talking about exposure of oneself. Then there's the vulnerability part. We don't want to be vulnerable in us sharing how we feel or sharing our thoughts. We want to be able to speak to someone and be transparent. And sometimes that becomes a very difficult situation. We as adults, we need to be transparent with our children because we want them to be transparent with us. We can't give what we are not willing to receive, or we can't receive what we're not willing to give. So it's important for us to understand that sometimes we're going to have to be vulnerable with our feelings about what we think or what we feel about situations or what we're going through. Listen, no one is perfect. No one on this earth is perfect. Trump is definitely not perfect. I mean, no one is perfect. So I'm saying to everyone, we need to start building up our confidence and be bold in speaking our truth to each other, especially our family and our friends. We need to be able to do that. But on the other side, our family and our friends, we need to be able to trust you. It goes both ways. If someone's going to speak what's from their heart, they have to trust you with their heart. They have to trust that you are not going to hurt them or dismiss them or disregard or disrespect them. We want to be able to share what we have. It's our heart that we are sharing when we speak our truth. So that's very important. And then the response of the rejection. We are afraid of rejection. Every one of us are afraid of rejection. It doesn't matter how much of a bully you are. It doesn't matter how big you are. You can be 6'10", you can weigh 250 pounds. You have a fear factor. We all have a fear factor, okay? So we want to be able to share what we have. And listen, I'm telling you, even the biggest of person does not want to be hurt emotionally. A lot of times we see people who are very serious and stern, and they have that look, and you're even afraid to approach them. A lot of times it's because they themselves are already afraid. They're afraid of even sharing their true feelings. So the next time you see someone who seems like, I can't approach them, guess what? Trust me, you can approach them. They have their fear factors as well, and they have some truth that they're holding on to. So this is for me as well as it is for you, the listeners and viewers, and we're taking this in together, that we need to be able to step out from where we are today. Even with us being in isolation, now we're getting back to work, and the truth is, a lot of us are afraid to step back into the social arena. And some of us are afraid to even make investments or make decisions or even express our relationship issues or whatever the case may be. Even in this isolation, we have found ourselves even being more quiet or more closed in, and that is not where we need to be. So 5 things that I would suggest that we look at for ourselves, and of course for myself, is to, number 1, recognize what our fear factors are. When we are dealing with expressing our truth, what is it that we are truly afraid of? I know for myself, and again, this is truth be told, and I said, let's talk our truth. My truth is, I am afraid of rejection. I'm afraid of being hurt. I'm afraid of being confronted like with an aggressive nature. I don't like the aggressive, hard type personality. It seems very intimidating. But hey, I'm trying to build up my confidence. But again, number one, recognize what our fear factors are. We are not perfect. Okay? Number 2, find someone that you are comfortable with and feel that they are trustworthy to share your thoughts. That's important because as you are building your strength of sharing your truth, you can start sharing it with someone that you trust. Even if you go to a therapist or your hairdresser or someone that you feel confident. I know they like to do the you sit in your hairdresser's chair and you end up sharing your thoughts and everything, but learn and practice to share your truth, even the smallest things, and as you go on, you'll be able to share even the bigger things. So that was number 2, to find someone that you're comfortable with and someone that is trustworthy. Number 3, speak and meditate on being confident and bold. There's power in our tongue. There's power in what we speak. Okay, the Bible talks about it. It says that there is power in the tongue, and we speak life. Life and death comes out of our tongue. So we need to speak confidence and boldness. Confident that we are able to admit to our strengths and to our weaknesses. Boldness that we are able to speak from our heart. Boldness that we are able to accomplish our dreams. Boldness to admit when we're weak. Just be confident that whatever we put our mind to, that we can accomplish it. Okay, and that's very much key to a part of our success in overcoming our truths. Okay, now number 4, accept your truth and own your truth. Now, when I say accept your truth, know that whatever it is that we're holding on to, that belongs to you. No one can take your truth away from you. If you are angry, that's your feeling. You are angry. If you are sad, you are sad. If you're happy, if something makes you feel good, admit it. This makes me feel good. Okay? Accept your truth, own your truth. Take responsibility for whatever it is that you are feeling and then move on with it. Whether it's to now go to the next step of healing or addressing a situation, whatever it is, that is what you need to do. Accept it and own it. And then lastly, speak your truth. Once you're able to do all these other steps, then you can now go ahead and speak your truth. It is not fair to you and it's not fair to others when you hold on to your truth. Now, we can spin this in a little different way now, in the sense of even speaking the truth of God. We have the word of God in our hearts. It doesn't make sense for us to keep it in our hearts and not share it with others. It's better for us when we have knowledge, even education. Don't keep that knowledge and education to yourself. Share it. So there's so many things in us that can come out, and we should always work towards helping others. I believe there's a saying, each one help one. We should always try to do that. Help each other, that we can grow as we go from day to day, that we can encourage one another, and that we can be strengthened with one another. I'm so excited again for having this conversation with you. It's not a long conversation because honestly, it's just to the point that we need to understand and recognize that the truth lies within us and we need to just live it. I've been encouraged by friends and family that even when I took my little time off, they're saying, is everything okay? And I could appreciate that. And I said, yeah, everything is great. I just needed a break. I felt like I was just going with my full-time job and then doing things for church and also just trying to plan our Truth Be Told program. It was taking a toll on me. I just needed a break. And I had to be honest with myself and not push myself beyond that point. So my girls had their break, and I know they enjoyed that, and I had my break. So again, we just need to be honest with ourselves and move forward. And I want to say thank you for watching our program tonight, and I missed you all, and thank you for sharing your thoughts with me, because I do have individuals that call me or text me, and trust me, I appreciate each and every one of you that share your thoughts and ask me for different ideas or to share. So one of the things that we are going to be doing, which I think is going to be really fun, and if there's businesses out there that would like to participate, is I'm going to be going to businesses and promoting them by sharing their services as well and seeing how it impacts us as a community, as individuals, and what we can find within our community to service each and every one of us in a better way. So, thank you all for watching Truth Be Told. Love you all. Thanks for sharing, and I'll see you next week. And hey, if you need a t-shirt, we do have our Truth Be Told t-shirt. My voice matters. So, anyways, take care and have a good evening. Thanks for watching.